So this guy.
That's the McLaren F1. That's probably the most valuable car of this century, certainly.
You bought it for 800 grand
I bought it for
in
800
98,
grand.
99?
Yeah, the last offer I got was 20 mil, so.
It's what, like worth 25 now, isn't it?
There's one being sold for 35.
Do you have any more garage space?
Not really, unless I put some lifts in here and start stacking them. I don't like to do that because I like everything to be hit the button and go, you know.
So what happens as you continue to acquire?
I'm fine for now, but when I run out of room, I'll give you a call.
Give me the story on this one.
Well, this is a Scorpion Tank V. It's 1972. There's another one over here. This is the one I run around in the street on, this one here. This is perfect for LA because it's got, for Burbank, you use the 30 caliber. When you go into downtown LA, you put the 50 caliber on. But I mean, LA roads are so bad, this is what you need, really.
Well, and what sorts of looks do you get when you...
You know, people get out of the way. There's no road rage. You know, people, ooh, thank you. Especially that thing, yeah.
What's still on the list?
There is no list. If something interesting comes along, I'll see what happens, you know. I got pretty much everything. I mean, you know, if I do one oil change a day, it takes 18 months, so.
Can I ask what the collection's insured for?
I'm not sure what it's insured for. I'm not sure. I don't know.
What's the end goal with this?
The end goal?
Right. I mean, it's like, do you see it turning into a museum?
Not my problem. Whoever acquires it after me, they do with it whatever they want. You know?
What would you like to see happen to it?
Well, once you're dead, you really can't like to see it.
Well, but you can control it.
I have no idea. A museum in California is there's so many rules, you know. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't think you couldn't afford it, really.
Why not?
Well, you know, they drain all fluids before people walk through. You have to have number of handicap bathrooms, number of this, all the rules you have to follow. It gets a little crazy. That's a steam engine from 1866. Lincoln was president when that was built. That's 13 tons. That was moved across the country in 1866 by horse and wagon. I mean, getting it here, it took 7 tons of cement just to get it level. That's Howard Hughes's car. Howard Hughes won 132.5 in this car in 1925. It is called a Doble steam car. Most steam cars, you have to get under it with a blowtorch or match and preheat it and do all these kind of things. Whereas this one, you just turn a key and you go. So it's a pretty advanced piece of machinery. There's not many of them. There's only about 3 or 4 of them left. If you're a Tesla fan, this is a Nikolai Tesla. This is one of his electric motors from the 1800s.
How did you find that?
Well, I mean, the stuff is out there if you're looking for it. You know, if you like antique machinery and stuff, you sort of find it.
And I understand so often you'll get calls from guys in their 70s or 80s who've had a vehicle forever and be looking for a good home for it.
Yeah, that happens. I tend to buy other collectors. You know, most of these kind of vehicles don't get advertised. You just wait for the guy to die and call the widow. My wife's getting calls now. Hey, when Jay dies, do you think you want to sell it? You know, so.
How much time do you spend here in an average week? All your time?
Well, I'm here if I'm not on the road, I'm here.
What made you decide to do all the fabrication of parts and the work
Well, if you
here?
want something done right, you do it yourself. This is metal fabricating. That's a 1914 Detroit electric car we've upgraded to Tesla power. It's got Bluetooth, it's got air conditioning, it's got all kinds of stuff. These are various steam engines. That's a steam engine. That's a water jet cutter. And that cuts through 6 inches of steel. Nice thing is there's no distortion or anything because there's no heat. That's a jet car we built over there.
The one of one?
Yeah.
How big is the team of guys that you have here?
Oh, about 4 or 5 guys. That's about it.
What's the type of work you most enjoy doing?
Well, you know, I got guys that are experts in this, you know. I work on it until I get it back to where it was just broken, and then I hand it off to the guys, you know. You want to go for a ride? We'll hop in this. This is a 1909 Baker Electric. It's interesting. There were hundreds of these in New York City as taxi cabs, 1905, 6, 7. And this one is exactly as it was in 1919. In fact, the engine has been untouched. Electric engines don't really wear out, so.
There we go.
That's pretty cool, huh?
So cool. How often did you drive this?
Not that often. Once in a while, I mean, you really can't, not like get the freeway,
Have you ever tried?
Well, what I used to do was when the freeway was bumper to bumper, I'd get on it, because your top speed is like 22 miles an hour.
Right. You would think people would be
No,
a little more attentive when they see this coming down the street.
People are oblivious.
What got you into this in the first place?
What, cars? Mm-hmm. Well, as I said, I came from a small town. Anybody next to me here?
Nope.
This was the iPhone of the day. This was your transportation. It's how you met girls. It's how you went places. It's how you did things. And when I was a kid, you could buy cars for $50, $25, And there were open fields. You could drive a car. You could drive around and roll over in it and tip over in it, all kinds of things.
But how does it turn from that into as big as the passion has
Well, I
become?
think when you talk to anybody dyslexic, when they find something that I like, they usually just overindulge in it. And, I watch the TV show Hoarders, and I go, well, that guy seems fine. What's the matter with him? It's still a path.
Okay.
You can still get to the bedroom. Look.
But that is what a couple different people close to you told me about you.
Yeah, well, fine. It's fine.
And you said you aren't a hoarder.
That's right. Well, the difference between a hoarder is just financial. If you're wealthy, you're eccentric. If you're poor, you're just you're mentally deficient and you collect things.
Which are your favorite ones to take out?
I like all of them. I mean, I drive everything. It's like every girl you ever went out with still looks the same and is waiting for you.
By the way, did Obama really tell you to lose his number?
Yeah, lose that number, Jay. Yeah.
Wait, so tell me about that.
I called him. I said, hey, why don't you come on the Tonight Show? Okay. So he rented a car. He drove over here, came by himself. And he walks out and goes, Jay, my name's Barack Hussein Obama, running for President of the United States. I said, oh, black guy from Chicago named Hussein. I said, yeah, you shouldn't even have to campaign. I think you're just going to win. And he thought that was very funny. And we got to be friends. And he gave me his cell phone number. The next time he'd come on the Tonight Show, he was President of the United States. It was the first time the president had ever done that, been on a late night show. So then, having the same idiot friends I've had since the 8th grade, let's call them up. I go, no, we're not going to call them. No, you don't have it. Nuh-uh. I do have it. Nuh-uh. I said, it's noontime. It's 3 o'clock. All right, I'll call. Right, I hear, Barack here. Mr. President, yeah. Jay Leno. What can I do for you, Jay? I'm here with some friends of mine. Lose this number, Jay. Click.
Okay, so was he being serious or not?
Well, he's President of the United States. The idiot comedian calls you, But it was funny. It was funny.